Hey guys, welcome back to MMA Library. Today in MMA and UFC news, Daniel Cormier doesn't believe Jon Jones should be the #1 ranked pound-for-pound fighter in the UFC. Here's what DC had to say. I think it's really hard to argue the greatest of all time when Jones has now gone up to heavyweight and won the championship because of what he did at light heavyweight. This always puts me in a tough position because I will always say guys that have had bad things attached to their name should not be held on high. I think especially with the drugs and the steroid failures and those types of things. I think when you have those things, it's hard to call you the greatest of all time. And I know Anderson Silva and all those guys, but I think Jones is in the conversation because he's become a heavyweight champion. I don't think he should be the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, but I have no issue with it if people have voted for that. Brandon Moreno reveals he plans to fight in September. During an interview with the Schmo, the flyweight champ says he wants to face off against Alexander Pantoja in Mexico City. Here's the clip.
It's crazy how Mexico's making history with 3 champions.
What'd you say to Alexa after she became the champion of the world?
Sorry?
What did you say to her?
Oh no, like congrats! Like I'm so happy for her. I'm so happy for her. I'm so happy for our country. We're doing an amazing history. I think we have the amazing excuse to tie with the UFC and say like, hey, we need to do something huge in Mexico. Hopefully soon. Hopefully in September. Nothing official, but I think we have an amazing excuse to do it. And I talked with the UFC already, and they say like, yeah, for sure we need to do something.
That's what the Schmo is going to get to next. Do we see you defending the flyweight strap against Pantoja in Mexico City? Maybe it's September. You get Alexa Grasso there too. And we also have the interim champion in the featherweight division in Yair Rodriguez. Represent Mexico.
Man, I think that the next fight for us, for Yair, for Alexa, for I, will be the hardest fights of our careers because, you know, Yair is fighting against Volkanovski, one of the best right now. Alexa Grasso is getting the rematch against Valentina. Valentina will be like very like, I want to take my belt back and whatever. And I'm fighting against Pantoja, the guy who beat me before. So the next fights for us will be hard. But man, I think right now we are on the best moment in our lives and we are ready to accept the challenge.
Stipe Miocic may train with Daniel Cormier in the lead up to his fight with Jon Jones. When questioned about asking DC for help, here's what Stipe had to say.
And any thought to bring DC in, Stipe, as a training partner for Jon Jones?
No. I mean, maybe not. I don't know. Right now, just gonna keep just getting better and grinding away, and just make myself the best that I can be.
Stipe, there and reading on social media, especially after the fight, you get the sense that a lot of people feel that this guy Jon Jones cannot be beat now. Thoughts on that?
Thank you.
Does that motivate you? I mean, like
yeah,
I said, it should, right?
I love being an underdog. I love being told something's not going to happen because I'm the guy that puts a big dagger in that.
MMA fighter Zion Clark shares some footage of a recent grappling session he had with Aljamain Sterling. Petr Yan blasts Merab Dvalishvilli during media day for their Fight Night main event this weekend. Yan said, I think he doesn't have any other way to bring attention to himself, He cannot do it with his fights. In his fights, he is like a dog, He takes the leg and pushes the opponent to the cage. So he's just trying to get a little attention with something else. No one is interested in him. Yan then went on to explain why he took a fight with Merab. Because no one else from the top 5 was available at the moment, and I didn't want to stay out of action. I just wanted to stay active, and Merab is a good choice to beat. During a recent edition of the Weighing In podcast, Umar Nurmagomedov discusses his inability to get a fight.
Why do you think you're having these problems?
You know what interesting? Then they will talk to he didn't fight with nobody in ranking how I can fight if nobody don't fight with me, if nobody take this fight. What I can do?
Umar then goes on to discuss wanting to fight Corey Sandhagen.
I think if I will fight with him, I will stand up with him 3 minutes, but after I will take him down and try to finish him. Always, in every round, I will try to take him down and try to finish him. And if we talk about names, like dream fights, like with who I really want to fight, I think Jose Aldo retired. This is impossible. But still, Dominic Cruz, this guy legend. Or if DJ Dillashaw will come back, I want this fight too. These two guys, like they was champions.
Paul Craig reveals that he wants to face off against Anthony Smith next. Here's what Craig had to say.
I don't really want to be shooting back. So you've got long-term injury, probably Prohaska's going to be out for a while. Rakic is going to be out for a while as well. So you've got Anthony Smith, Glover, who's just out the rankings at the moment, and Jan Blachowicz. And these guys are all kind of in the mix for who's next in the title. Because we've got Blachowicz and Ankalaev who are wanting to get close to that title. Now the guy's Anthony Smith, that's the fight we're looking for.
Is that the one you want?
That's the path to the top for you.
Well, that's an interesting fight. That's a good jiu-jitsu clash.
I know. I seen him in Brazil. I've got nothing but respect for the guy. Like, the guy works his ass off, you know. But I watched him hit pads, and I know he missed weight in Brazil. It just didn't look like a... But then he's non-fight camp, all that kind of stuff. There's hope, like, you can say whatever you want, but that's the fight I wanted.
Jorge Masvidal is set to face off against Gilbert Burns next month. Masvidal explains what it's like fighting with someone who also trains in Florida.
When an American top team fighter is fighting a Sanford MMA or Cliff FC fighter, it's local, ties there, but the gyms are in South Florida, and you're fighting Gilbert Burns, does that add a little bit more to it or no?
I mean, definitely. But this is on a personal level. I'm not speaking on American top team, every one of us over there, because a lot of us is just like, it's just another fight. It's competition, you know. We want to crush everybody near us, obviously, and we want to assert that dominance, especially in our own territory and back here. But it's like never personal. Like we really don't care, because we're also, as a team, this is why I say personally, my opinion is slightly different than this one. As a team, we know we are the best team in the world, you know, and that's how it is at American Top Team. And that's how we feel, and the numbers don't lie, you know. But and on a personal level, yeah, I definitely don't want to lose to nobody else from South Florida, from this gym or that gym. I want to break all their faces, you know. I want to kick their asses every single time.
Chael Sonnen reveals he made almost $9 million for his second fight against Anderson Silva back in 2012. Here's the clip.
How much did you make fighting?
The most I ever made was 8.8 in one night.
Oh,
what?
wow.
I made 8.8 million the second time I fought Anderson.
Wow.
And I know. I know I just became a scumbag to the audience. I didn't mean to, but they used to post this publicly.
They love you.
And I only
that's
told
huge. This is huge money.
I told that story one time to a guy named Brian. And Brian was a good friend of mine. And Brian told me that didn't happen. And then he broke down the math. He goes, here's what the gate was, and here's what the pay-per-view was, and they just couldn't have done that. And I said, yeah. Just like that, I backtracked and just took it back. Yep, I had a friend, and Front Row Brian was his name. He was even a media personality, and I told him I did 8.8 million, and here's how we did. And he told me it wasn't so. And I said, yep. I just let it go.
What do you guys think about Chael's comments? Could he possibly have made 8.8 million for his second fight against Silva in 2012? Let us know in the comment section. Guys, thanks so much for checking out the video. If you like the content we do here on this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe to MMA Library for all the latest MMA and UFC news. We'll see you in the next video.